ਕੈਲੀਫੋਰਨੀਆ ਨੂੰ ਬਰਕਰਾਰ ਰੱਖਣ ਦੇ ਲਈ ਇਹ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਬਿੱਲ ਡਾਕਟਰ ਜਸਮੀਤ ਬੈਂਸ, ਜੋ ਕਿ ਥੋੜਾ ਸਮਾਂ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਹੀ ਅਸੈਂਬਲੀ ਮੈਂਬਰ 35ਵੇਂ ਡਿਸਟ੍ਰਿਕਟ ਤੋਂ ਕੈਲੀਫੋਰਨੀਆ ਦੇ ਬਣੇ ਸੀ, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਪੇਸ਼ ਕੀਤਾ ਆ। ਹੁਣ ਕੀ ਪ੍ਰੋਸੈਸ ਉਹਦਾ ਚੱਲ ਰਿਹਾ, ਕਿੱਦਾਂ ਆ, ਕਿਵੇਂ ਆ, ਉਸ ਦੇ ਲਈ ਆਪਣੇ ਨਾਲ ਅੱਜ ਗੱਲਬਾਤ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਕਰਨ ਦੇ ਲਈ ਸਿੱਖ ਅਮਰੀਕਨ ਲੀਗਲ ਡਿਫੈਂਸ ਐਂਡ ਐਜੂਕੇਸ਼ਨ ਫੰਡ SALDEF ਤੋਂ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਜਸ ਕੌਰ ਆ, ਉਹ ਆਪਣੇ ਨਾਲ ਜੁੜਨ ਜਾ ਰਹੇ ਆ। ਉਹ ਆਪਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਇਸ ਬਿੱਲ ਦੇ ਬਾਰੇ ਜਿਹੜੀਆਂ ਥੋੜੀਆਂ ਹੋਰ ਜਾਣਕਾਰੀਆਂ ਉਹ ਸਾਂਝੀਆਂ ਕਰਨਗੇ। SALDEF ਵਾਲੇ ਇਸ ਟਾਈਮ ਕੋਸ਼ਿਸ਼ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਆ ਵੀ ਇਸ ਬਿੱਲ ਨੂੰ ਪਾਸ ਕਰਾਉਣ ਦੇ ਲਈ ਵੱਧ ਤੋਂ ਵੱਧ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਸਪੋਰਟ ਆ, ਜਿੰਨੇ ਵੀ ਅਸੈਂਬਲੀ ਮੈਨ ਜਾਂ ਅਸੈਂਬਲੀ ਵੂਮਨ ਆ ਕੈਲੀਫੋਰਨੀਆ ਦੇ, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਤੋਂ ਲਈ ਜਾਵੇ, ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਪਰਸੋਂ ਨੂੰ ਇਸ ਦੇ ਉੱਤੇ ਵੋਟ ਹੋਣ ਜਾ ਰਹੀ ਆ ਅਸੈਂਬਲੀ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ, ਕੈਲੀਫੋਰਨੀਆ ਦੇ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਆ ਵਿਧਾਨ ਸਭਾ ਕਹਿ ਲਈਏ ਤਾਂ ਉਸ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ। ਸੋ ਆਓ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਆਪਾਂ ਗੱਲਬਾਤ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਤੇ ਫਿਰ ਗੱਲ ਨੂੰ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਉਹ ਆਪਾਂ ਅੱਗੇ ਤੋਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ। ਜਸ ਕੌਰ ਜੀ, ਸਵਾਗਤ ਹੈ, ਸਤਿ ਸ੍ਰੀ ਅਕਾਲ।
ਹਾਂਜੀ, ਸਤਿ ਸ੍ਰੀ ਅਕਾਲ ਜੀ। Thank you so much for giving SALDEF the opportunity to talk about this bill today.
ਹਾਂਜੀ, ਸੋ ਭੈਣ ਜੀ, ਸੋ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਥੋੜਾ ਜਿਹਾ ਪਹਿਲੋਂ ਇਸ ਬਿੱਲ ਦੇ ਬਾਰੇ ਹੀ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਉਹ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਦੱਸੋ, ਜਿਹੜਾ AB 3027 ਆ, ਕੀ ਹੈਗਾ ਇਸ ਬਿੱਲ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ?
Yeah, absolutely. So AB 3027 is a really important bill because, as you said, transnational repression is a really big issue, not only for our community, but for anybody who cares about freedom of speech or freedom of expression. But right now, there's really no way to assist victims of transnational repression. And so this bill is historic, because California is the first state where we're talking about this and we're addressing this in a way where there's going to be a group of experts who can assist victims of transnational repression. What this bill does is it creates or it allows the Governor's Office of Emergency Services to kind of take charge of addressing transnational repression. So previously, if a victim goes to a local law enforcement agency, that local law enforcement agency might not be equipped in how to handle these kinds of issues. But with this bill, the California Governor's Office of Emergency Services will fill that void. They will be tasked with actually addressing transnational repression and assisting victims.
So, Jaskaur ji, as you mentioned that assisting and helping the victims, does this also says that how to stop transnational repression as well?
Well, this bill is taking a really important first step in at least getting the local law enforcement agencies trained in assisting those. And this is the first step, right, in kind of tackling this transnational repression battle. And so that's why this bill is so important for not just the Sikh community, for our community. It's so important for anybody who cares about the rights of freedom of speech and freedom of expression.
So when you say that they're going to be given training on transnational repression, assisting and helping, what does it mean?
So what the bill is doing right now is, without this bill, if someone has to deal with an incident of transnational repression and they go to a local law enforcement agency, that agency might not be equipped. Those officers, the people there, they might not know how to handle it. And that will just leave the victim more frustrated, if anything, right? But what this bill will do is it's going to assign the California Governor's Office of Emergency Services to kind of handle that training aspect. And what it does is it creates centralized responsibility, which is really important. And that is the first step in assisting victims and at least addressing transnational repression.
So where we are at with this bill, is it in a committee? When is there going to be any vote on it? When do you expect this bill to become a law?
Yeah. So the bill's next step is a floor vote in the Assembly, and then it's going to go to the Senate. Then it goes to Senate committees, and then a Senate floor vote, and then amendments. So, I mean, I'm sure you know this too, but these things take such a long time. So it will take probably until the end of summer, so maybe late August, early September. And so there's some time, but that time is important for our community. This is when we show California lawmakers that we support this bill. So this is when we can send letters of support. This is when we can call our representatives. We shouldn't just let this time go. This is our opportunity to stand together as a community and support AB 3027.
How can they help? How can other people support this?
Absolutely. So I mean, SALDEF definitely has resources on our website where you can find things about AB 3027, get more educated, find a way to send a letter to your representative, send a letter to the California governor as well. So I would definitely recommend looking at SALDEF's website. Calling your representatives, I think, is a really big one, letting them know that this is something that we stand behind.
Okay. And as you know, I'm pretty sure you're also aware California is going through a budget deficit. They are cutting so many programs, providing training, and to other law enforcement and Office of Emergency Services. Do you think even if the bill passes all the floors, the governor is willing to spend money on it?
I'm not sure. I can't really speak for the governor. What I do hope is that California lawmakers and the governor recognize that transnational repression is very real, and it's something that the Sikh community is having to endure. And as I believe you were saying earlier, not just us, other people as well. And so I hope that California lawmakers and Governor Newsom understand how big of an issue this is. And I
Hmm.
hope they do their part in protecting Californians and then paving the way for the rest of the country, right? This is an
Yeah.
opportunity for California to stand on the right side of history.
Good. Thank you. ਤੇ ਸੋ ਦੱਸਦੇ ਜਾਈਏ ਜਸ ਕੌਰ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਸੈਲਡਫ ਤੋਂ ਆ ਉਹ ਇਸ ਦੇ ਬਾਰੇ ਜਿੱਦਾਂ ਆਪਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਇਹ ਦੱਸ ਰਹੇ ਆ ਤੇ ਜਸ ਕੌਰ before you leave let us know where they can go and sign it digitally. Obviously they can find out who their assembly person is and they can call them. If they have to send in email, how is that easily done?
Yeah, absolutely. So if a Google search for saldef.org/AB3027 should do the trick. Just look at our website and we have the resources on there for community to be able to support AB 3027.
Thank you. Thank you. Sat Sri
Thank
Akal
you
ji.
so much for your time. Sat
Thank
Shri
you.
Akal
Sat
ji.
Sri Akal.